Hello there to my Disney dragon dress up and princess lovers everywhere. Kelly Baxter-Fitzgerald here with Snips by Kelly, doing a 2-workshop share of our storybook collection. So the first workshop that I'm going to share is my Simply Scrappin, that is again for my simple scrappers. Very easy designs, very simple supply list, and storybook is such a neat collection in that it can go any direction. So you can see that I did some gutting of a frame here in the background that has knights and swords and dragons, sort of that Dungeon and Dragons theme. But on the flip side of that pattern is all princessy. It has rainbows and unicorns and castles and everything for your princesses. So you could go in either direction. For this one, I chose to go a little bit more toward the boy theme with the dragon sticker and the dragon die cut, the little sword die cut here. I did add picture my life cards, which are wonderful to cut apart. So this reminded me of the dragon scales and the dungeon, like the dungeon rock formations in the background. And then I did a little tiny bit of fun paper piecing behind some die cuts. So I added a little bit of an arrow, missed arrow pattern behind that die cut, just to add that little fun added elements. Super fun. I love how the speckles are incorporated in the patterns, and this wonderful stripe that has the speckles in the background. It just feels playful and fun, and Dragon Slayer Fit for a King will go for any of your boy themes, whether it is video gaming or Disney or playing knights and swords and dragons. So here I went a little bit more now toward the feminine side, some simple strips, which is a wonderful simple layout that you can use. Added some picture my life cards here and turned them into titles. I love to do that. Did a little bit of backing again with put some stickers in the back of some of our die cuts that come right on the die cut sheet. So this workshop uses a very simple supply list. It is the pattern paper and sticker sheet, the die cuts, which are kind of like chipboard. You see those throughout this workshop, and then picture my life cards, which I use in my Simply Scrappin. I love the larger photo opportunities with the multiple photo opportunities over here. Did a little cutting of stickers, which I love to do. Cut the rainbow sticker in half so that I could add that element over here and over here, and popped up that little unicorn. So fun for playing dress up or going and visiting princesses or going to a play or going to Disney, of course. I know there are lots of Disney fans out there that are always kind of starving for Disney layouts, and they're not so easy to come by. And so I loved the storybook collection in that it could lend itself to Disney, but it could also be for just a lot of general themes. Here's a fun layout that was inspired by our layout that I saw in our idea book, and I took it in a little bit of a different direction, but I absolutely love the tiering on top and being able to back some of our stickers that come right in the sticker sheet and have a little play on the title there. I did take some of our gorgeous melon, which is our color of the year, cardstock, and back this cute die cut castle that comes right in the die cut sheet. Incorporated a little bit of different patterns from our picture my life cards, and how fun that we have a play with our stickers on some of the Disney movies and the fairy tales. So you can see the rose from Sleeping Beauty and the magic mirror here. Absolutely had so much fun with that. And then the next one, I loved kind of incorporating both styles, both sets of themes and colors in here. So you could easily flip. You have the melon, which sort of lends itself to more of a feminine theme. And then you have the mist and the sage and the black, of course, that lends itself toward a more masculine theme. So this pattern here, again, is on the night side with all of the night icons, but you could easily flip it over to the princess side, and this layout would very easily lend itself toward girl or boy. So a lot of just simple stacking of rectangles here to create some fun elements, and I loved a couple more little photo opportunities in with some larger photo opportunities. This dragon was cut right out of a Picture My Life card, and then I backed the crown again with a piece of pattern paper, and that's a fun technique. And the last layout in the simple Scrappin before we move on to the Sparkle and Shine is another fun one that could lend itself to either boys or girls. I tried to add some elements like the dragon and the unicorn that could be a little bit of both, and of course the castle could be a little bit of both. How simple and how easy to just add the squares with some journaling from the journaling pen in the background. So you can see I did the journaling lines around these, did the journaling lines around the background mat, and then popped up some of the stickers that come right on the sticker sheet and added some journaling lines in between. So fun. And I loved the sentiments that come right in the Picture My Life cards. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are? This could just be story time. I do that with my grandson all the time. We read stories, and he loves books, and I think it's fun to document just everyday moments like that as well. So that was the 10-page Simply Scrappin. So now I'm going to move on to the Sparkle and Shine. And of course, those of you that follow me know Sparkle and Shine always means that I do add some added elements such as Cricut cuts. Now in the Sparkle and Shine, I use the full workshop kit. It's already kitted up with all these elements that coordinate, and I absolutely love using the die cuts that come right in the kit. So if you haven't been familiar with our workshop kits, they come with added die cuts that you can just punch out that are very similar to Cricut cuts, and it gives you so many extra bits to add to your layouts. And these are the 3 die cut sheets that come with Storybook, and they also include extra specialty papers. Sometimes those specialty papers are cardstock, sometimes those are pattern paper, and it just totally helps you stretch the pack. So these specialty pattern papers were added into the kit. You are not able to get those extra papers anywhere else except for in our workshop kits. But I love how they're two-sided, so it literally gives you 3 additional pattern paper sheets with 2 sides each to be able to add to your layout. So this first layout, again, I kind of had a little bit of paper piecing in my mind with this workshop. I did a lot of background piecing of Cricut elements. So you can see the carriage here, so fun. Backed the carriage with some pattern paper and backed the wand with some pattern paper, and then simple squares again with those journaling lines. I kind of carried my Simply Scrappin theme over to my Sparkle and Shine theme. I did some splattering, and I did choose to use a charcoal shimmer brush. Sometimes I love that splatter in the background, but I wanted it to be a little more twinkly and two-toned instead of all black, and so I enjoyed that. And then this particular layout, I have my granddaughter, who is now one of my granddaughters, who is now 9. We went to, it wasn't Disney, but we went to a theme park, I believe it was, and she had a long day and it was time to go to bed, and I don't know what it was that she was pouting about, but we died laughing at her. She stuck her lip out so far, and if you knew her, she is not that type of a child. She's just a very easygoing, loving child, but it had been a long day at the theme park. So I loved how the mulberry in here could draw from her PJs. And then I was thinking, presenting the next Sleeping Beauty, and look at this sticker, Drama Queen. I thought that was absolutely going to be perfect, a perfect layout for that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about Disney. It can totally be about bedtime or anything like that. I absolutely had so much fun. If you can see the extra patterns in here, These are this one, this one, this one, and this one are from those extra pattern paper. So it gives you so many more patterns to work with. I absolutely had fun with that. Now, if we want to go to this next one, I had so much fun with the circles. So I created this cricket ring, this ring on the cricket, and then backed it with little tiny squares. Yes, it does take a little bit, but you might be surprised at how quick it comes together. What I like to do is I like to put liquid glue on the back and have my squares laying out and just piece those squares together all at once while the liquid glue is on there. It's so fast. It's so quick and easy. People think it might be tedious, but it is very quick and easy. Backed the cute little dragon with the pattern paper there. And on this one, I actually created stars and different things on the cricket that have cricket writing on them. So you see one right here that has a little cricket writing on it. You could achieve that same effect with doodling with the journal pen. Here's another one of those. Here's another one of those. Here's another one of those where I did the writing right on the cricket. So if some of you aren't very well versed in the cricket, I always have a cricket cut option with my workshops where you can actually have me make those cricket cuts for you and send them out to you. Did the paper piecing again with the castle. This is a gorgeous die cut in the die cuts sheet that comes right in the kit, and I absolutely love that. Here's one of those punch outs that comes right in the kit as well. A little bit more splattering here with that shimmer brush and the play on circles. So my vision was that there would be a photo here, a photo here, a photo in here, and a photo in here, and then of course your photo over here. Just super playful and fun. Okay, in those die cut sheets, there were diamonds, those die cut sheets that I showed you earlier. And I thought this was just such a fun, playful layout with very little pattern paper, if any, in this, which is incredible. So using the splatter to fill in the white background if you're not a fan of stark white backgrounds. And then a lot of these triangles or diamonds came right in the kit in the die cuts. They also gave us sections of diamonds. And I loved how I could just stick the little sections of the diamonds onto the original diamond pieces and create a shield looking, either a kite or a shield looking piece. And then I also like to take these diamonds that come right in the kit, use them as patterns, and create more of those out of regular pattern paper. And just having a play on either corner made these pictures in the center the focal point. And I think what will make everyone happy is full-size photos. And a little bit of play with paper, just tucking some little pieces underneath, some stickers that I added, backing these stickers with a little bit of black cardstock to make them pop. Topping a sticker with a die cut sheet just made such a fun element. Really, really fun. Okay, this next one, again, the die cuts that come right in the kit were strips this time, those strips that I showed you. And so instead of fighting it, I just went with it. And I love just toggling all of these different size strips all along here and then carrying that theme over in a smaller section over here. These scallop pieces, these scallop pieces come right in the kit. And they're parts of the die cuts. I found this cute swirl frame in the on the cricket, one of the cricket images, and I created that. The tags I created on the cricket and added the journaling around it. And then there's some of those stars again that have the writing right in it, following the theme through by adding those die cuts right on top of the stickers. They fit perfectly, and so many photo opportunities. So we have all these photo opportunities here, and yet all of that bright color and that playful fun, again, could go either for boys or for girls. Okay, this next one, was inspired by an Australian paper crafter named Michelle Stokes. And a couple years ago, I came across a layout that this side was inspired on. And she had created, I believe it was with her nephew, and I loved it. I changed mine up a little bit, but it was totally inspired by her. And I like to give credit where credit is due. She's an amazing designer. And so you can see all of those stars in there with the Cricut writing already on them. And then these are punch outs that came right in the kit that I backed with black cardstock. And I love the layering on this, creating that frame, gutting that frame so there was more paper to use, using the splatter and layering the stars underneath the overlay, and then putting the star insert right over the top. It was so fun. I absolutely had fun with this. So what I did then is I wanted a companion page because I wanted it to be a double page layout. So I went to the Cricut and I sliced out some stars out of a background piece and sliced some more stars out of other stars, and then just created this similar but only smaller versions over here, and then incorporated the photos between. And I thought, how fun to have the photo with the star overlay, and you could totally add more photos. There's still room. I just kind of loved the visual of having those photos run through the stars, and then added all of those other elements that we've been talking about throughout the whole workshop, like the stars with the writing on them. It was fun. I had so much fun with that. All right, and the last layout, ending on a little bit of a simpler note with good wide variety of photo opportunities here. Again, you've seen this pattern around cutting your squares into triangle sections, and it's so fun to use that as backgrounds and then have the photos over the top. This could either be a photo, or I opted to use it as my title, "You Are My Treasure," which would go with just about anything. And that, my friends, is the Storybook Sparkle and Shine 12-page workshop, and also my Storybook Sparkle and Shine 10-page Simply Scrappin workshop. And you can check out all the details on how to get this workshop in the description, and like and follow if you want to hang out with me some more. I would love it. Have a great day and happy scrapping. Bye.